My entitled sister thinks she deserves my inheritance. Me, 36M, I was always the responsible one in the family. I built my own career, bought my own house, and never relied on my parents for financial help. My sister, Emily, 34F, the golden child who always got whatever she wanted growing up. She's never worked a steady job and has burned through every dime our parents ever gave her. Our parents, hardworking, loving, and generous, maybe a little too generous when it came to Emily. Growing up, it was clear who the favorite was. Emily could do no wrong in their eyes. She got bailed out of every mistake while I was expected to be independent. And now that our parents are gone, she's expecting me to clean up her mess again. 2. The inheritance bombshell. A few months ago, our parents tragically passed away in a car accident. It was sudden, and it shattered my world. I spent weeks just trying to process it all, the grief, the funeral, handling their estate. That's when the will was read. And things got ugly. Turns out, my parents had left 80% of the inheritance to me. 20% to Emily. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I thought it would be split 50-50ths. But when I looked deeper into their estate planning, I understood why. Emily had already received her inheritance years ago. She borrowed thousands from our parents to start a business, she failed. She bought a car with their money, she wrecked it. She went on vacations funded by them, no intention of paying them back. Meanwhile, I never took a dime. So, my parents accounted for all the money she had already gotten and made their decision accordingly. Emily did not take this well. 3. The meltdown. The moment she found out I was getting the majority of the inheritance, she lost it. Emily, this is so unfair. Mom and Dad loved us equally, why would they do this to me? Me, Emily, you've already gotten most of your inheritance over the years. Emily, that doesn't count. I thought they were just helping me out. She went full tantrum mode. She called me greedy. She accused me of manipulating our parents. She even tried to guilt trip me, saying she needed the money more than I did. The kicker? She demanded that I split everything 50-50 like a good brother. Yeah, right. 4. The legal threats begin. At first, I tried to be civil. I told her we could talk about how to divide some things fairly, but she wasn't interested in compromise. Instead, she hired a lawyer and tried to contest the will. Her argument? My brother manipulated our parents. I should be entitled to half because I'm family. The will is unfair and doesn't reflect my parents' real wishes. Total nonsense. My parents had worked with a reputable lawyer, and everything was legally sound. Her case had zero chance, but she still wasted thousands trying to fight it. And when that didn't work, she started harassing me nonstop. 5. The harassment and public smear campaign. When Emily realized she couldn't win in court, she took things to another level. She started calling our extended family and spreading lies about me. She posted on Facebook about how I was robbing her of her rightful inheritance. She even tried to turn my wife against me by telling her that family should come before money. It got so bad that I had to block her number. But that didn't stop her. One day, I came home and found her sitting on my front porch, crying. Emily, please, Ethan, I have nothing. I can't pay my rent. I don't know what to do. Me, Emily, you put yourself in this situation. Emily, Mom and Dad wouldn't want you to leave me like this. I felt bad, but I wasn't going to let her guilt me into giving up what my parents left me. 6. The final straw. The final breaking point came when Emily tried to break into our parents' house. Technically, I now own it. My parents left me the house because they knew I'd take care of it. One night, a neighbor called me, saying Emily was trying to get inside. I drove over, and sure enough, she was trying to unlock the back door with an old key. Me, what the hell are you doing? Emily, I just wanted to grab some of Mom's things. Me, you mean the things you're trying to steal? At that point, I had no choice. I called the police. She wasn't arrested, but she got a trespassing warning, and she lost it. She screamed that I was a traitor, a greedy bastard, and no longer her brother. And honestly, I think I'm fine with that. 7. Where things stand now. Emily is cut off. I've blocked her on everything and told her to stop contacting me. The house is officially mine, and I'm planning to move in soon. The rest of the inheritance? still untouched, because I'm not the reckless one. I do feel bad, Reddit. Despite everything, she's still my sister. But at some point, I had to choose my sanity over family loyalty. So, tell me, was I wrong to cut her off completely? Or should I have given in just to keep the peace? Update, my entitled sister thinks she deserves my inheritance. After I cut her off, things were quiet for a while. No texts, no calls, no Facebook rants. Honestly, I thought she had finally accepted reality. I was wrong. A few weeks ago, I got a call from Aunt Linda. She's our mom's sister and has always been the peacemaker of the family. She told me she was hosting a small get-together and that she really wanted me to come. I was hesitant, but she said something that got me to agree. I just think family is more important than money. Maybe we can all talk things through like adults. I should have seen this coming. When I got there, I realized it wasn't just a normal family dinner. It was an ambush. Emily was there, acting sweet and innocent. Aunt Linda, Uncle Joe, and a few cousins were all sitting around awkwardly. The moment I sat down, the guilt-tripping started. Aunt Linda, you know, Ethan, your sister is struggling. You have so much, and she has so little. Emily, fake sniffle, I just don't understand why my own brother would do this to me. They framed it like I was the villain for following our parents' legal will. At first, I stayed calm. I explained how Mom and Dad had already given Emily most of her inheritance years ago. I reminded them how she had wasted thousands and that this wasn't about fairness, it was about her entitlement. That's when Emily snapped. Emily, Mom and Dad would have wanted us to share. They love me just as much as you. And then, she started crying. Full on, over the top, Oscar-worthy sobbing. At this point, I was done. Me, you know what, Emily? If you need money so badly, why don't you get a job? Emily gasps like I just insulted her existence. She screamed that I was selfish, heartless, and a terrible brother. The rest of the family just sat there awkwardly, because deep down, they knew I was right. I walked out and told them they could enable her all they wanted, but I was done. 2. The break-in and police involvement, again. After the failed intervention, I figured Emily would finally give up. I was so wrong. A week later, I got a call from my home security company. Someone tried to break into my house. I rushed home and checked the camera footage, and guess who it was? Emily. This time, she brought her boyfriend, some guy I'd never met before. The footage showed them trying to force the back door open. When that didn't work, her boyfriend tried to break a window. Luckily, the alarm went off and they ran. I immediately called the cops. They reviewed the footage and confirmed it was attempted burglary. They tracked Emily down and brought her in for questioning. She claimed it was all a misunderstanding. Her excuse? I just wanted to get some of Mom's old things. I wasn't trying to steal anything. Lies. The police warned her that if she set foot on my property again, she'd be arrested. But here's the best part. 3. The family finally turns on Emily. Once word got out that Emily tried to break into my house, suddenly, our family wasn't on her side anymore. Aunt Linda called me, apologizing and saying she had no idea Emily would go that far. Uncle Joe, who had been defending her, now wanted nothing to do with her. Even her own friends started distancing themselves after hearing what she did. Emily? She's playing the victim. She posted on Facebook, crying about how her evil brother is turning the family against her. But nobody is buying it anymore. 4. The aftermath, where we stand now. So, here's where things stand now. Emily is officially cut off, not just by me, but by most of the family. She's been warned by police that if she tries anything else, she'll be arrested. The inheritance is still mine, untouched, and I'm finally able to start moving forward. Honestly, I don't feel bad anymore. She did this to herself. So, Reddit, what do you think? Will she ever learn her lesson, or is it just a matter of time before she tries something even crazier?